When you find yourself in a hotel room, it's usually because you're doing a bit of traveling and you are not doing your normal routine of exercise. So here are a few exercises that you can incorporate into your routine in any size hotel room you find yourself in. So let's start with the chest opener. So find a corner of a wall or a door, just place your elbow at the height of your underarm, and we're just going to walk away from the wall, keeping your forearm in contact. So that's going to stretch across this area of your chest, your pecs, and then walking back. So we'll do this a few times in a row. You don't want to always just hold a static stretch, but you want to feel like you're opening and stretching through the muscles and the fascia, and then rebounding out of it. So giving it time to lengthen, and then giving it time to shorten. And then to add on to the movement as we twist over, maybe turn a head to the side, and you're going to open up a new access point along the side of your neck, and you may even feel it going down into the back of your arm. So everything is connected in the body, and you'll soon find out how when you start to do these little stretches. Then of course we're going to go ahead and do the other side. So my back will be toward you as you find your forearm onto the wall, and then again just doing little steps away and just opening up. So notice what happens through your shoulder blade at the back of your body. So you don't want to be walking so far around trying to get maximum stretch, but then creating all sorts of disorganization. So feeling the shoulder blade just sitting easily on the back of the rib cage behind you as you just enjoy these widening stretches of your chest. And again, as we go, we'll now add our head turn. So looking away from your arm, and that's going to produce some relief for some of your nerves that are running under your collarbone and down into your arm. And we'll do one more time. And again, remember, don't take it to the maximum. Take it to where you feel comfortable in the stretch, where it may feel a little bit awkward, but nothing that's going to cause you to faint or hurt your body, sliding the arm down the wall. So now find a wall where you can have your arms out in front of you. Your outside arm is going to stay long in that position, and you're going to slide your top arm around into a circle all the way back, and then bring it up and over and to the front again. Now please remember that if you've got any shoulder issues, that you would go into a comfortable range for your shoulder. Ideally, you want the arm to be straight, and you want to keep contact with your hand on the wall at all times. And that's just going to make sure that you're moving in a nice smooth motion. From here, we're going to open the arm away. Gosh, I just have enough room in this little hotel room today to be able to open my arms out wide. If you've got longer arms than me, maybe you'll be brushing the wall. And again, opening big wide stretch. So you can see this is a follow-on from our previous exercise. And then we'll go ahead and do the second side. So again, arms are outside, and then from here we're going to go into a nice big wide circle backward, and then coming forward. Now I know some of you are going to ask, could I do the whole circle around? Of course you could. You could do a nice big circle all the way towards the top, but I'm choosing to do it this way. If you want to choose it the other way, that's also quite fine. And then opening out into the big wide expanse, and then coming back again. So your feet are facing forward and your upper body is rotating backwards. And then one more time, big wide stretch, and coming up back. All right, so we're going to find the wall and just place your head, shoulders, and pelvis. You're going to wriggle your feet forward a little bit. It's going to go quite far forward because we're going to use the wall as our support. As we go down into a squatting motion, bringing your arms out in front of you and sliding yourself back up again. And again, lowering your body down and bringing your body up. So we're going to go for 5 in total. And of course, you're welcome to do many more than that if you were really looking to fill up some time in your life. And then one more time. Now you may not be able to see my feet here, but I'm going to lift both heels off the floor. So I'm going to rise up onto my toes and then lower down onto the heels. And the heels are going to come up and the heels are going to come down. And I'm maintaining everything against the back of the wall nice and steady. And with the arms out in front, that's going to produce some lovely energy into your arms. But if you notice that your neck is doing all weird things, then you can always lower your arms down. We've got one more time to raise the heels, lower the heels, and then send yourself all the way up to stand. Any hotel room should have a chair, whether it's a nice big chair like that, or my favorite, a little stool. So I'm going to use the stool today, and we're going to take a seat onto the stool and place your hands behind you. Wriggle yourself forward so that your bottom is just off, and then we're going to go in for few dips and lifts. When we're bending into our elbows, make sure that you don't roll your shoulders forward, but feel like we just did on the wall, where you're sliding up and you're sliding down. We'll go one more time like this, and then bringing yourself all the way back up onto the chair. Give your hands a bit of a shake, and then we're going to repeat, but we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. So taking ourselves into a cross ankled position, and then go forward. And again, we've got 5 dips down and up. So not only is this building strength in a single leg, but you're getting a little bonus glute stretch as you're going down toward the floor. And then bring yourself back and switch your legs over. And again, we've got our last 5 and 4 and 3. Suddenly I feel like the aircon needs to go up a little higher. 2 and 1, and then releasing from that. So a lovely hamstring stretch and back stretch all in one. Find your bed surface, place your hands out in front of you, and then just lengthen down into your spine, keeping your legs as long as possible. If you need to, you can always bend the knees to relieve any stress that's built up into your lower legs. And then from there, we're just going to take one hand and cross it over towards the opposite side, doing a little turn to look underneath that arm. You'll get lovely stretches coming down the outsides of your legs. And then we'll switch sides and twist and turn to look underneath the arm. And coming back to center, we'll do another one to each side. Twist and release. And again, wrap and release. We're going to stay on the bed here, and we're going to put our forearms onto the bed surface and take one leg back behind you. So we're giving ourselves a nice calf stretch on the back leg. And then from there, you're going to straighten the front knee and bend into the front knee, aiming your heel down toward the floor. And don't worry if it doesn't get to the ground. It doesn't always, but you'll be getting a great stretch. And then go one more time, folding into the front leg and lengthening into the back leg. Check how your shoulders are in this exercise. What you don't want is to put all your weight into your shoulders. You won't get the benefit of the upper body strength or the lower body release. And straighten. And you will pick up pretty quickly which side is your tighter side, because it will show itself for you. And then last one, bringing yourself forward and taking it all the way back. You may not always have a lot of space to lie down on the floor, and not everyone wants to lie down on hotel rooms, but you can lie down on your bed and we can do our classic stretches. So folding a leg over and pulling your knee towards you. You can clasp over the front of the thigh, over the front of the shin or the back of the thigh. Because you're on your bed, if you need to, you can prop yourself up with your pillow, making your head nice and comfortable. Just taking in a few breaths in this motion. Of course, we're going to cross ourselves over and do the other side. And, stretches should be done with a sense of, like you're appreciating what you're doing, not straining to get into these positions. They are relieving things for you. I know I've been walking around a lot in the city of Kyoto, and my legs are definitely grateful that they're getting some stretches. This next stretch, not always as easy as it may look, so we'll give you different options to get in, but try and get your foot back behind you. So your knee's going down toward the floor and the other leg is folded. So this is going to give a super stretch coming down the front of the leg. Now, your knee might not be able to get there. Your foot might not be able to tuck all the way backward, but just do what you can. And then rolling out of it on your back, you would just swing your leg through and go to the other side. But let's try and get you into a different position if you found that challenging. So start sitting up and take the leg back. Maybe going down onto the forearms as an alternative. And then if you can lie yourself all the way back again. The pillow is really handy to help you because some people will be very arched in their back, but you're trying to feel as flat onto the bed as possible and that long line going down towards your knee. And then let's roll you out of that. So we're going to make use of this pillow again, and we're going to put it into a lengthened position. And you're going to lie yourself down and over, and it's just going to open up into your upper back. Now, if you can tolerate a little bit more extension in your head, then you can let your head go further down onto the bedding, or just keep it comfortably on the towel or the pillow underneath you. So here we can take our forearms backward toward the floor, opening up into those shoulders. Again, doing a similar stretch that we did in the beginning of our series today. Or if that's too much in your shoulders, just let your arms rest down. The point is that we're creating a nice arch, like a bridge in our upper spine, just giving us a little bit of space, freedom, and movement for our breathing. I could actually just fall asleep here right now, but don't. And then roll to your side. All right, so let's go find a towel, and we're just going to make it go into a nice long position, and we're going to use it as a stretchy band. So again, we're going to take our lie down onto our back, and we're going to place a foot into the towel and stretch your leg up. So I like to use my under leg as a long lever straight down against the bed surface, but of course, remember, you can always pull it up again. So holding down firmly, aiming your elbows toward the ground, they may not completely touch, and pulling your toes back towards you. Push your toe up and pull your heel. So point and flex, and point and flex. And then grab the towel into both strands into currently my right hand, pulling across the body. And here, as I pull the leg across, I don't want to lift my hip away from the ground. I just want to keep it settled onto the ground. And then doing a twisting action, a turning in of my leg, is going to produce a really lovely deep sciatic nerve stretch down the side of the leg. And then we'll switch hands. So we take the arm out to the side and we open the leg away from you. So I've done this series before with a stretchy band, which is great, but the firmness of a towel really limits how far you can go, and it gives you a little bit more support because you've got to really work with your own body instead of just relying into the stretchy band. And then we'll switch our leg position, so raising the leg up towards the ceiling, settle into the position, and again, your level of flexibility at the back of your leg is what will determine how straight you go. And then again, pushing into the towel onto the toes, and then pulling the toes back, and push and pull. And then one more time, push and pull, and then double strand over, taking the leg across the body, and then twisting into the thigh. Such a good stretch down the side of the leg. And then opening it out to the other side. If you have a wall in the way, that's okay. You can rest your foot on the wall. And just getting the inside of the leg being stretched. So we're going to finish with just a little bit of arm things and using our towel again. I've chosen to sit onto the chair again because it's a better seated position for us. So you're going to send your arms out in front of you. The band, of course, is not stretchy, but a nice towel. We're going to raise our arms up towards the ceiling. Slide your arms open a little bit more as you take the arms back, and then bringing the arms all the way forward and returning. So to take it into this big circle, you sometimes need a little more space. So feel free to change that through your towel structure. Obviously, the longer the towel, the more you'll have to move it wider. If you only have a small towel, then maybe don't go all the way backward with your arm position. And then coming back up towards the top. So I'm going to bring the arms in a little bit closer, again, hands closer in, and just bringing the arms out in chest height, and then pulling the elbows back. And I'm going to try and feel like my elbows are staying up at the height of my towel, and then reaching the arms in front. And again, pull the elbows back and bringing the arms forward. And then one more time, pulling back and bringing forward. And then I'm going to wrap the towel around my back body so that I am sitting with one hand holding up and one hand holding down. So rearrange your towel so that you've got a little bit more bend here. And then as you go stretching your arm. And I'm going to pull this back arm up a little high, as far as it can go, so I can open into this left shoulder of mine. And then I'm going to bend the elbow. I'm going to straighten, give it an extra little pull. Again, bend and stretch it out. And then I'm going to switch my arms all the way around. And again, letting this arm come back, and then stretching the top arm up, raising the right arm higher up my back, and then fold and reach it up tall and bend. And then last one, lift and return. There's your hotel workout. Hope you enjoyed it.